to move to a different city or country but worried about moving all your household items and precious artworks and more? PackMoveRelocate.com PMR can provide you with a solution in a jiffy. Now, this online platform offers various relocation services under one roof. Joining me, in fact, now is Aakanksha Bhargava. She's the CEO and president at the company PMR. Aakanksha, welcome into the studios.
Thank you.
I'll tell you something. I'm a UN kid, and I have moved around a lot in my life. So I really appreciate a comprehensive moving service that you guys provide. I was looking through your website.
Sure.
There are a lot of very interesting niche kind of services that you guys provide, including orienting your clients into a new city.
Yeah.
So just give me some of those USPs that you kind of work with within the company.
So for us, and for me, relocation is not just about moving to a new place. It's about feeling at home. Because the kind of challenges one feels when they need to shift from one base to another are like plenty.
Sure.
You would first need to find a house. You would first need to put your kids to school and know exactly where should I stay so that they don't have to travel a lot. And apart from that, of course, the most important things are your household belongings, and your entire life is in them because, you know, one makes their house once in a lifetime.
Right.
So I think what we decided, or, you know, when my father started this business, he was more into just packing and moving. But when I traveled the world, I met people around the world, and I realized that we have a huge potential in India to grow this space. Okay. So then we started taking care of people right from the time they are arriving. So we do an airport meet and greet. We pick them up from the airport. We check them into their service apartments. We take them around to know exactly where is your office, where can you stay, which are the kind of options available where you can stay. And accordingly, they can make their mind and exactly can stay where they would really be comfortable with.
So how much of the business is very hectic domestically versus perhaps elsewhere? Because I understand that you've got a lot of moving that's happening within India as well, but you also have clients everywhere.
Yes. So for us, international moving is about 65% of our business. Okay. But India is a huge country, right? So, you know, there are people moving from the most smallest locations today to the most remotest locations. So we have people moving from Jhansi to Pondicherry. Right. We have people moving from Jorhat to Coimbatore. Okay. So that's the kind of work we do as well. So we are expanding ourselves in Indian market as well. We have 14 offices. Sure. So we plan to...
And what is your typical client profile like? What are the kind of...
So 95% of my business is B2B. Okay. We reach out to corporates, and not just corporates within India. So we have tie-ups with corporates where people are moving from Singapore to London, China to New York. So we go out to them and we tell them that we can be their mobility partner. So they give us a contract where anybody in anyone moving from any part of the world then moves with us. Okay. So there's a lot of permutation combination there.
So I mean, this is it's a business that you have taken to another level, because your father, of course, was you know, within the packing industry. He's got quite a name for himself. Your family does. Sure. But you took it to another more niche kind of service, which is what you provided. Initially, what did you find to be the difficulties in doing that?
I think I started very young. Yeah. I was 21.
21.
Yeah, I was 21. I finished my B school. Yeah. And day one after, you know, coming back to Delhi, my dad said, "Don't waste your time," and he got me to office. When I joined, I never joined thinking that I need to do 10,000 things. I need to prove this. I need to do this and that. It was more about helping my father, because I've seen him work really hard all these years. You know, he was the first generation entrepreneur in the family, and so but then when I got into it, I think I don't remember a single day where I've not woken up feeling in love with what I do. Okay. So, so the journey started from Bangalore. I moved to Bangalore right after Delhi. I stayed in Delhi for about 2 months.
That's after completing college in Canada.
Yes. Okay. Then I did about, no, that's after my MBA.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So after my MBA, which was a 1-year program in SPGen, and then I came back and I moved to Bangalore because I realized that Delhi was slightly set up. So let me go to a new city where I don't understand anything and see if I can do this.
All right.
So when I went to Bangalore, we had nothing almost. Like we had just one tiny office with one person, and that's it. And yeah, that's where it started. So I think right from the time of going out to the corporates, telling them that, okay, we are here, to the time of sourcing your suppliers, to meeting your people, to getting the right people to work for you, because at the end of the day, nobody understands what is relocation. Until date, I find that difficult. You know, when I say I run a relocation company, I am always asked, are you a transporter? Right. Are you somebody who has warehouses? And are you somebody who's like the Gati and the DHLs? And I end up saying that, you know, I'm none of these. We are a niche service provider. We look after the most important thing is when, people's emotions at the end of the day.
Sure.
Because relocation is not just about pick and drop. It's a lot more. So yeah, it's a different industry. I hope we start getting categorized as an industry soon.
Okay.
And I think so that's been the biggest challenge.
Sure, sure. And how about the point that you've made in terms of the people that you need to work with, right? On both levels, the kind of partners that you work with, how do you identify them? And also, how do you go about hiring the right people for your business? Because it's quite a niche business.
It's got a lot of obviously, if you look at one move, somebody moving from Delhi to Bombay, there are multiple people involved. The person who books that job is who's meeting the client, the corporate. Then the person who's handling that file. Then there is a team of packers who go to that person's house to pack. Then there is somebody at the destination office who handles that file. Okay. And then there is another team of packers who unpack everything. So there are multiple points, and then there's insurance. There is, if there is anything that happens, it's a claim. And then you have a transporter in the middle. So there are multiple points where you could have concerns. So we need to find the right people who understand that what service is all about. We need to find the right suppliers who understand that we are not just about that you need to pick and drop. We would need your 100% in it. Okay. So the domestic moving is primarily the transporters, the packing material people, then the staff. But if you look at international moving, then you have another level of complexities, because every country has different regulations. Every country has multiple ports. So to understand how does it function in every country, then festivals.
So do you basically then partner with people who have domain expertise outside?
Yes. So we have partners all across the world. We are certified under FIDI, which is an accreditation for the moving industry.
Sure.
About 500 people in the world are part of this. E&Y every year audits us. And so we work with global partners who understand us and we understand them. So we are partners with each other. Okay. I've traveled almost to all my partners' offices, met them personally, because at the end of the day, if a customer here is giving me his goods, he doesn't know who's there. I know who's the other person that side. And we also sometimes don't know each and every person in that office.
Sure.
So the trust is a very important factor.
Okay. Trust, of course, is a very important factor, and I'm sure there's a lot of relationship building that's involved even with your clients.
Absolutely.
But if I was to just ask you in terms of your vision for the business going forward, what is it that you'd like to achieve in the next few years?
Like I said, relocation, I think, has a huge potential in terms of being recognized as a different identity. I mean, people today don't know that they have an option that could give them a completely hassle-free experience. One needs to move their car, they don't know where to start. One needs to move a bike, they don't know where to start. So the vision is to create one platform where you can reach out to us, and we could help you right from the start till the end. So it's going to be like a relocation ecosystem.
Wonderful.
That if you need to lend out your furniture, if you need to buy new furniture, if you need to sell your furniture, if you need a maid, if you need a house help, if you need a servant, if you need a grocer, if you need anything and everything.
Then
everything basically. So it's like the first friend that we want to be.
Perfect. Well, it sounds amazing, and I wish I had these kind of services around when I was moving around the world. But it's been a real pleasure having you, Aakanksha, right here on Rising Stars.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on to the show.